it's Scorpio season, so the sun is in Scorpio, but we also have a bunch of other planets in Scorpio during Scorpio season. So the Scorpios are going to be a little bit extra insufferable, and I love to see it. You know, like they're.
What do you mean we're going to be extra insufferable? Hey everybody, it's your friend Karamo, and welcome to the very first episode of What Your Zodiac is Giving. Now, this is a new series where every month I'm going to be chatting with my girl, my friend, Indigo Witt, who's going to tell you things you need to know about your zodiac sign and how it relates to your relationships. So, we got to start off with my birthday month, Scorpio. Scorpios, why not? Will we not start off with them? I feel like me saying all this, I'm about to get red. I do. But it's okay, because as a Scorpio, I could take it. I could take it.
You got this.
But first, Indigo, thank you for being here.
Of course.
What I think is special about what you do is you give a voice to so many and give clarity about things that we're all interested in. It's factual, but it's a little shady and messy too.
Yes, I am
because
a shady
I feel
girl.
like, you're that girl.
I'm a shady girl. I'm
Yeah.
a Cancer woman. What can I say?
I did tell you that. I went down and I could not figure out your sign.
Right.
Because of the fact
I
that
keep it secretive because I don't want the girls to know.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a Cancer. I keep it shady and messy. But yeah, Scorpios are kind of on the same vein. They're the water signs. All the water signs are a little bit messy, but we like to keep it messy. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And it's Scorpio season, so it's time to talk about it. It's going to be a very powerful Scorpio season, which we love to see because it's Scorpio season, so the sun is in Scorpio, but we also have a bunch of other planets in Scorpio during Scorpio season. So the Scorpios are going to be a little bit extra insufferable, and I love to see it. You know, like they're
What
just
do you mean we're going to be extra insufferable?
Because it's like, Scorpio is the water sign that I think is like fiery. I think a lot of people think that about Scorpios. It's like people don't even know that like Scorpio is a water sign because of how like fiery they are. They own themselves. They don't care what anyone else thinks about it. They really embrace who they are, and they like, you know, they're very extreme and they're a very polarizing sign. They're very magnetizing as well. It's like you're either like really attracted and obsessed with Scorpio, or you're like very repelled.
When I think about some of the most notable Scorpios that we know, like Drake, people love him. People like will make comments about him. You know what I mean?
It's
Hillary
intense.
Clinton.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, it's one of those things. It's
Not
like
Hillary.
people love, people hate. You know what I mean? Like I just think it's
Exactly.
interesting about what you said when you talk about like the planets are in Scorpio.
Right.
What does that mean exactly?
So as the planets are moving, they're moving into like the positions of the sky where it is that sign. So it goes from Scorpio, it goes into the next sign. And the zodiac wheel kind of moves through the 12 signs.
Understand. Okay. So now, you know, I'm all about relationships, help people with their relationships, whether it's your partner, your mother, your father. So how do Scorpios deal in relationships?
Scorpios, I would say, like I said, like that kind of obsession, they kind of attract that in relationships. I feel like Scorpios, it's like their exes kind of haunt them as well a little bit. It's like Scorpios are the ones that like get stalked by their exes, or they're the ex that's stalking, right? So
I never stalked no ex, but I can't lie. There's a bunch that love to message me.
Exactly. That is the vibe that Scorpios like to attract. And not even just like the Scorpio sense, but also the Scorpio Venus people, I think, can also relate to that. The Scorpio moons as well. That's kind of the types of relationships they attract. I think Scorpios also, they tend to be pretty relationship oriented as well. I would say like they're either in periods where they're like totally single, they're totally just like writing off, like I'm not dating anybody. I'm just doing me. Or they're like, I'm a little bit down bad. I need to be cuddled. I need to be kissed on my forehead. That's kind of like, they can be soft, they need to be in a relationship, or they're just like, you know, not even into
Sign
it
me up
at
for
all.
both of those.
Right, exactly.
My partner is actually a Scorpio as well. We're a day apart. He's November 1st, I'm November 2nd.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Two Scorpios together. Honestly, Scorpios, we do be sticking beside each other.
Okay, I'm gonna stand beside him.
Right.
I'm gonna stand beside
as
him.
you, that's your stand beside him. As you should.
As you should.
Right, period. I think that's how Scorpios operate. It's kind of like the extremes. You know, it's like like the loyalty, I think, is a big part of Scorpio and how they operate in relationships. Like that's something that they hold really closely to themselves.
I can't lie to you. I think it's one of the things for me that I'm most known for with anybody who's in my friend group and family is that I'm loyal. Once I say I rock with you, I'm rocking with you to the very end. One of the things is that there's probably, in just relationships period, people who take advantage of loyalty. They don't understand it. They are not loyal themselves. What signs are the ones that for Scorpio should look out for?
First sign that comes to mind, like immediately when you said that, was Aquarius. I fear. I'm afraid. I had to say it. Yeah, it's the Aquarius. But it's like Scorpio.
Do you remember that producer who called you and brought you in? He's right over there.
Yeah,
His
I know.
name is Damon. He's
And
an
that's
Aquarius.
why I can't even look over there. because I'm just like, I hate saying it, but it's just the truth because
Yeah.
it's unfortunately, it's like Scorpio and Aquarius are similar in the way that they are very eclectic almost. Both of them, they have their little quirks about them that they like don't like to change. They're both fixed signs. So they're very stubborn in their ways. And I think a lot of times it's like Scorpio and Aquarius, they either get along really well or they just don't get along. It's like a love-hate relationship sometimes. So I think that Scorpio has to watch out for Aquarius a little bit. Like as long as like their values align, then I guess it's fine. But if it's like, if you're not on the same page, then you're just never gonna get there.
I end every single one of my shows with, let's keep talking and let's keep growing, because I believe that communication is what we need in order to be honest with ourselves, with others, so that we can grow to our higher selves. Scorpios, of course, just like every sign, they have their good, they have their bad.
Yeah.
What would you suggest Scorpios do so they can grow?
Yes, absolutely. I would say that with Scorpio, it's like watch kind of the words that you speak on yourself and on others, because Scorpio is they're almost like a mystical sign, right? Like they're kind of mystics naturally. They're very intuitive. They're very in tune with kind of like nature and spirit and the spiritual things that are going on. So I think a lot of times Scorpio needs to be very careful with the things that they say, because a lot of times it just comes true. Words are spells, honestly. The things that they say, they can put a lot of intention behind them, and a lot of times those are things that it can actually manifest. So when it comes to the things that they're attracting, be very intentional about it, Scorpio, because you never know like what could actually come to fruition. I think a lot of times Scorpio, they can be a little bit self-deprecating, kind of like in their mind, they're like, oh, I did this, da, 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 da. It's like owning your fears and owning the things that kind of scare you and owning your kind of shadow is something that's really important for Scorpio, and not to be afraid of it.
Owning your shadow.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful statement.
Yeah.
Everything you're doing with astrology, with these signs, it aligns perfectly with what I'm trying to do, which is to help people. And just even that, not being afraid of your own shadow, being intentional about your words, is all advice I would give. Girl, we always on the same page.
Love it.
Well, listen, y'all, that's Scorpio season. Make sure y'all come back next month, y'all, because trust me, every month we are going through the Zodiac to tell you what your sign is giving. You don't want to miss Indigo's advice. Want more unlocked phones, DNA reveals, and family drama? Then make sure you're subscribed to the Karamo Show YouTube.